Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got.
And we're back. Welcome in, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you are on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch as well as Facebook. And we are back. Well, most of us is back, but we back. We are on and back live. We missed y'all. It was what, like 2 weeks break?
At least
2, 3. Y'all had like 3.
Well, since the beginning,
We had 2 weeks. Yeah.
On with the 7. I was on with y'all at 17.
Yeah, me and Larneka did the 17th.
where was I at?
Rolling
I
solo.
don't know where I was.
Still on birthdaycation.
17.
I didn't even know what it was for saying, child. That's a shame.
Anyways, good to be back. I miss y'all. Glad to be here.
The brother was on tour. I'm like, look at these black men. Okay. I was look at her.
Heartbeats.
Okay, a heart is a house of love. Amen, brother. Amen.
Something like that. It was good though. It was a good little trip. It was good. Enjoy.
Thanks. That's good.
Busy.
That's what's up.
So, yeah.
That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with being busy. So that is what's up.
Yeah.
So I am TK, the Black Sheep, the host of TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep. I have one of my trusty co-hosts coming back from Partycation. Dee-J is back in the building. And of course we have the house therapist in the house tonight, Larneka.
Don't do that no more.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited. Hey.
Glad to
Thank y'all
have
for
you.
having me. I'm back at my regular rotation because the first Fridays is me. You know, I had my nephew, I think, for last month, and oh man, Burnout, which we're gonna talk about. So, child, I'm happy to be here.
I'm feeling it right about now, boy. I'm in straight go mode.
Yeah. I bet. You know, you ain't no spring chicken.
You ain't either.
I know my limits. But yeah, I am at clock out and come home and take a nap everyday level.
I ain't shaved.
That part. Grown-ups should be allowed to take naps. Jesus.
Baby,
should be allowed to have nap time.
One thing I'm gonna do is come home and take a nap.
You've always been a napper.
The best. When you've been at work and you get to take you a good little nap and it refreshes you. For me, I be at work with the children at school. I need a nap time before I get into the practice and talk to the people. Baby, if I don't have those naps, those sessions ain't going to be worth it. I'm going to tell you. You'll have a great session if I get a chance to nap. If I don't nap, I might need therapy myself, okay? That's how crucial it is for me to have my nap time after dealing with the high schoolers.
Okay, naps.
Understood.
I was thinking about how there was a study at night. I ain't gonna quote it because I don't remember what all they said. I'm quoting somebody else who read the study, and they was basically saying like the production with adults being able to have naps, you know, it kind of recharge your brain, all that good stuff. Your health wise, your heart, all that stuff. When you're able to get you a little nap, when you're able to rest, you know, and so that's the thing. Which part of what we talk, I don't want to jump into what we're talking about, but that's the thing. We need to get enough rest, whether it be a nap or whatever the case may be. There it is again, rest. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I'm with it.
Definitely that. I agree.
I'm with it.
So getting started tonight. Our topic is work burnout. Woo! I know it's some folks because I'm very sure this exists. I'm very sure this
Mhm.
exists. If you have had it, you have it now, or you used to. Just maybe you switched jobs. But nevertheless, we gonna talk about it. So, what is work burnout, Larnika?
All right. So when we talk about work burnout, it's not just being tired. It's not just saying, well, I had a long day, they're working me 12-hour shifts or whatever the case may be. Or maybe I'm annoyed by people on my job and I am just burnt all the way out. No, it is a little bit more than that. Work burnout, you have chronic physical and emotional exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. Our jobs are stressful. No matter what you're doing, you're going to deal with some stress, okay? And it's when you don't have a break. And it just goes on every day, on and on and on. Then you may find that stress creeping up in other parts of your life, your home life, relationships, interpersonal stuff. Whenever those things begin to hit, that's when you know you have work burnout. Now, it's not just maybe I work at, I don't know, one of the schools and I leave that job and go work at the plant. People do that, or vice versa. I find a lot of people in education uh, may think it's the job and leave and go get another job, or any job, any job. You may think, oh, this job too stressful. You know, it's too much. The staff, the bosses, they, some junk, and I'm gonna go get me another job. You can very well be burned out at that job as well because it's the prolonged stress is what's burning you out.
There you go. Work burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
So,
so,
as of 2025,
mhm.
approximately 66% of American employees are experiencing some form of work burnout.
I believe it. I believe it. You know why I believe it? Because we don't promote rest. What we were just talking about. Jobs want you to work. You might get a little PTO, you might have your little days, but they make it hard for you to take it. Some jobs is easier to call out sick versus
Mm.
being able to take your time because you got stipulations. Like for us in education, let's say if we have a Friday off or something, I don't know, well, you can't take that Thursday and you can't take that Monday. So if we off for a Friday, I don't know, maybe it's Good Friday, Easter weekend, we off. They don't want you to take the Thursday and they don't want you to take the Monday. Now, most people, that's a long weekend. I can go out of town. I can do what I need to do because they don't want you to really take off like that. They figure you off for Christmas in the summertime, take off. And so they make it difficult. If you out more than 3 days, you got to have a doctor's note or you're going to go to HR to figure out why you out them 3 days. So really and truly, a job's stressful. Y'all make it hard for me to take off. And if I do take off and I'm off too long, then y'all gonna hassle me about why am I off so long. So yeah, I could believe that statistic that you quoted, that you had those people, a lot of people with work burnout because they're not allowing you any time to kind of rest. Like the only time I get to rest is when I'm sick.
And that's
And then
and
when
that's
you're
not
sick,
rest.
you're not really resting. No,
Yeah.
you ain't resting.
So,
So yeah. And so most of
no,
the time
not at all.
people think we feel tired, yes. That's one of the signs of it is being tired, but what's really happening, um you are exhausted, you may be feeling detached or unmotivated to work. Sometimes I hope my bosses ain't watching. Child, sometimes I be at work and I find myself half the day doing everything but what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it's like, unless the children come in. Now, if the children come in falling out, then yeah, I got to deal with them. But just on average, just you feel unmotivated. If the internet was working right, I'd probably be on. Well, we're getting in trouble. I'd probably be on social media all day because your brain is tired. It feels like I can't add nothing else. Don't ask me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. The children come in crying. You want to go home? Okay, yeah. Let you go home. It can be like that. It can truly be like that. You know, and it's not that the person is just a bad worker. Now, sometimes people may see that and be like, oh, well, she ain't a good counselor. She gonna come in here doing that. No, maybe she's burned out. You know, with all of the stress and everything, you have fatigue, like you're tired. Even if let's say you feel like it's just, I need rest. Okay. Maybe you sleep the whole weekend. Monday morning come, you still tired because you're emotionally drained. That's a big difference. It's a difference with being like just, I don't know, if you had a busy day, busy weekend, your body is tired versus that stuff ain't stopping. So you are exhausted, right? From there, you fatigue, insomnia, headaches, muscle tension, unexplained body pains. Why my back hurting? I don't know why my back hurt. Maybe I slept wrong. We always say that. I woke up hurting because I slept wrong. No, you stressed. Your body been grinding and gearing up so much because of the stress. And sometimes you feel like, well, I have a desk job. I'm at the desk. I'm not out there wrestling with the children or out there working on the streets doing, whatever the manual labor. I really just sit down. Why is my body hurting? Why am I tired? Because sometimes we think maybe I've been sitting too long. It's stress. It's the stress that does that. Another thing, it lowers your immune system. You may always be sick. The children got this. Now I'm sick. My kids come home from school with this. Now I got it too. I done went to the Walmart. They sneezing in there. Look, I'm sneezing too. Or whatever. It really, really, really does a lot to us physically, And like I said before, concentration. I might get to work. They're gonna put me out. I might get to work some days, and I look up and it's 11, and now I'm getting started and ready to work because really just the focus, just everything else, just was because you tired and you burned out.
Yeah. Wow, that was a lot to digest.
Oh yeah. Baby, I'm amen over here because trust me, I've been feeling it myself. I've been feeling it. So I can tell you. I'll give you some firsthand. Okay.
I feel like right about now, I just need a nap and I'll be okay. Yeah.
Okay. Man, like you was all on my grass because I woke up like that this morning when my back hurt, and I was like, maybe I slept wrong. That's the first thing I said. Maybe I slept wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and it's common to think that because you figure, well, I haven't been doing nothing. What about unless you, like I said, you picking up heavy stuff and carrying it and wrestling, having to restrain people and all that physical stuff. If you're not doing any physical labor, yet you feel like you've been doing physical labor, that's a telltale sign. That's a sure sign that you got burned out. And it's not just the physical stuff too. You got some mental health stuff that is along with that. Your anxiety can increase, depression, feelings of hopelessness, like you burn out. It's like, man, this job, I wish I'd go work somewhere else. Where am I gonna work at? And if your job performance is low and the boss or whatever kind of get on to you, then you be feeling bad about that. Like, dang, I'm trying, this other one, they be going in the car drinking during lunch. I ain't even doing that, but I'm the one getting rolled up. All kinds of stuff going on.
That's a bit extreme, but it happens.
Yeah. With smoking.
Baby, it be. Folks be doing what they do. I just man my business. Okay. But
very much so.
Yeah, so it's and it affects your self-esteem because in fairness, you want to do your job, you need your job, and you're not functioning to your highest capacity as you can, and you're really not understanding why you're not, because you could do better. It's burnout. More than likely, it's burnout. We could find another job that you could probably be burnout over there too.
Yeah.
What was you saying,
it's interesting the things that we overlook though, just from a lack of understanding. Because just listening to you talk, right, and we think that the way to combat these things, right, is a false sense of self love. We feel like going to get our nails done or something like that, or going to our favorite restaurant. But it's a lot more that goes into it to really get ourselves out of that mentality. As you was talking, I'm hearing um, like because you're pouring so much of yourself out into this job and not seeing a lot of the benefits, right? So now, how do we refuel ourselves? How do we refocus? And I guess that's where my mind kind of went as I'm listening to you, because it's more than just okay. I need a self care day, so I'll go do this. It's a lot more than that. It's literally we have to figure out how to hit that reset button. So I don't know. What you think, TK?
I think it's one of them spaces, like you said, you have to be aware of what's going on
Yeah.
um at your workspace, because it could be the environment that can cause burnout. If you're working in an environment where there's always nonsense and shenanigans, is stressful, um, employees is already always into it. It's just not a happy space. You know what I mean? It's just that gets old after a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like
True.
it really does. And then a lot of times, depending on what you do, if there's people that's not pulling that weight, then that weight falls on you, and that's adding more to you.
Yeah.
It,
Very true.
definitely, you can have a hostile work environment. You can have messy co-workers. You can have a boss with a lot of micro macro aggression. All of the above. You can have folks who uh talk a lot of mess. Either, I'm gonna be as nice as they talk a lot of mess,
Mm.
and it makes it hard to deal with. So on top of, and maybe the job itself may not be stressful. You got all these other little factors like that, as mentioned, that can make it stress. Like I could do my job with ease. I could do my job with my eyes closed. Sometimes there's some other factors that can make it difficult and can make it stressful. And so with that, if I go to another job where nobody messy, okay, yay. But then maybe it's a high demand. Maybe it has its stressors to it as well. So it's not saying don't try to get anywhere else. Because I mean, nobody wants to work in a house of work environment, period. If they clowning and carrying on and doing all that mess, then please, if you can find you somewhere to go, if nobody gonna do nothing about it, by all means. But just keep in mind the main thing that we have to do in order to combat the burnout is to set boundaries. We have to set boundaries, and we have to prioritize ourselves. Most of us may have had or have a situation where you're doing some things, you're going above and beyond. You're doing some things that's not in your job description. Now, most jobs try to throw a couple things at you, and that's not really your job. Now, in education, they tell you duties as assigned. So that means whatever we say do, y'all doing it.
Wow.
Yeah. However, there can be some pushback. Um, you just have to be strategic in it. And we have to learn to say no. Now, I can do what I'm supposed to be doing. And some of these extra things that I truly know I don't have time to do, that I know is not my job description, that, is going to stretch me too thin, you have to say no. I can't do my job in the next one job. Y'all gonna give me that check? Okay. Setting those priorities, setting those boundaries, even boundaries with self. Sometimes I'm the go-getter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a people pleaser too at times. That's a trauma response. I might bite off more than I can chew because I don't want to be perceived as weak. And that ain't weak. That's being smart. I can't do it. I got stuff going on, and I got to bring work home to try to keep up with the status quo to look like whatever. No, I need to say no. I need to say no for myself. They can think whatever they want to think about me. Am I doing what's on my job description? This extra stuff is not. I need to, whatever I want to do this weekend. If I want to go walk in the park, if I want to whatever, because that's part of my self-care routine, I should be able to say no and do whatever it is I want to do, and I feel guilty about it too. I think a lot of times we may try to do more and really burn ourselves out because we feel like, well, I should be working more. I should be doing more. I should be helping. And I feel guilty for basically saying, no, I need to rest this weekend, or no, I want some fun activity. I want to be able to whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. I think, setting those boundaries, prioritizing things, self-care, delegating some things, finding balance. Something I can't do everything. I be trying, but I realize I cannot do it all. And so there's some things I'm gonna have to delegate. Who can help me do this and that? So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I try to do it all. Try to answer the phones, do the billing, try to do some credentialing, along with seeing the clients, along with supervising everybody. And it was like, look, I got to the point. I was like, y'all leave me alone.
So can I ask a question? So has an incident ever happened and it was like a wake up call as far as that? Oh, I'm in work burnout. I need to take a step back. Has there ever been an incident for both of y'all? A particular, like maybe you just got up one day and you was like real sick and trying to figure out like where it came from. You snapped at someone at work, anything like that?
I can tell for me, as a leader of my brand, people who have been under me, just mistakes and different things that they've made, I could tell that I think I carry that, because I feel like if I was on top of my game, they wouldn't be doing it. Like I would be more observant and present to be able to catch those things. It hadn't been nothing detrimental, Lord, nothing to that effect. But just for me, I feel like my head was so foggy from just doing everything. And then when I finally could catch my breath and I saw some things that were being done in my practice, I was like, oh no. And then I want to get mad at them, but it's like, you know what? I can't really do that, because if I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, I would see all of those things. And so that made me realize, okay, I need to rearrange some stuff. I need to schedule in time for me to have some breathers. I don't need to see 100 clients. I don't need to have 100 associates and interns. I need to work what I can work. And I truly just had this epiphany. Okay, I'm telling on myself, it's always me. I truly just had this epiphany. I have a team of people. I have a legion of Black therapists. Okay, I want to be the guru of Black therapists. Okay, and I get this team of people. Everybody call, can I work with you? Yeah. Can I work with you? Yeah. Can I work with you? Yeah. And I got all these people, and it's like, girl, what is happening? Okay, we need to rethink this and do something differently. And so now I actually did a workshop on work burnout, work-life balance. And in doing that workshop, I'm looking dead at myself like, you know what, all this is you. And so I had to regroup, think about what my 2026 is going to look like, stop taking as many people, because how effective am I with this legion of people? I want them to be very good therapists. I don't want them to just come through and just do anything, And so that made me prioritize myself, delegate some things. I'm getting some folks to do my credentialing and billing. I got mama to answer the phone, Jesus. So that's my office manager. I ain't gonna even bless her heart. Amen. I ain't
Somebody
doing
got
it.
to do it.
So you know, so yeah, that was the wake up call for me. I feel like, you know, when I finally got a chance to see what was happening, I didn't like what I was seeing. So yeah.
What about you, Face?
I think for me, I think it goes with the immune system.
Okay.
Um, Especially I'll even say lately. Um, about shoot, I think it's been about 2 months. I've been battling this little cold cough thing, taking cough medicine, be off, and seem like it be all right. And next thing I know, it's right back. And I'm like, God dang, what the hell? Like, what's really going on? But then I also have to look at. I also thought about it. Uh, the environment I'm in is one of those environments that kids are being allowed to come in there sick as well. And that creates a hostile one of those situations where it's work burnout because you're going to work in that manner, you're getting sick. As soon as you feel like you're getting well, here's this other kid then coughed, sneezed on you, blah blah blah, and now you're starting all over again. And it's going to keep on and keep on until that gets better. Also, depending on whatever the environment is like. If the environment is stressful, you worried about this, worried about that, stuff comes that adds to that stress. So it does seem to take down your immune system. Where usually, I've worked with kids for a long time. I've never been in this space where it's hard for me to kick this cough, cold, whatever the hell is it. Hell, I didn't make sure I didn't have COVID a few times. I'm like, what the hell is this? Because it just, stuffy nose, the sneezing, the little cough, whatever. And I'm like, man, what the hell is this? So I'm taking COVID tests, making sure I ain't got COVID. I'm not running no fever, nothing like that. And it's allergies. No, hell no. I need some extra allergy medicine or something because this by itself ain't kicking. But you have to look at all the factors. It's not just that. When you're in those situations, yeah, your immune system goes down if you're stressing, worried, whatever like that, and then just being in that environment where there are sick people in that environment.
And one of the comments said that they was at work and passed out at work because of work burnout, and that is dangerous.
Very, very.
That Les Brown used to always quote how people would go to work and have heart attacks because they were dissatisfied with what they did. And I think that and the stressors. I mean, if you don't like what you do, it's gonna be stressful.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need that job because of financial stuff, which we all need our jobs, but if you feel like I need this job because I got a lot of financial stuff going on and you're dissatisfied with that, it could cause he was saying something about heart attacks. People have heart attacks. So a lot of health issues I think could come from it, as well.
Yeah, because you got to think about it too. I was having this conversation, I think with Nay, and we were talking about the jobs that you've worked at. Like, how many jobs can you say you've actually had that you were excited to get up to and go to? Most of us is getting out of bed, we like, that alarm go off, we tearing that damn alarm up. We even got about 3 different snoozes. We tearing it up, and you getting up like, another day. Hell, where the hell is Friday? Why the hell is it Monday? It should be Thursday already. I know it should be Thursday. We clock watching because we know the time should be already. It should be 3:00 time to go, and it's only 9:00. But it feel like you'd have been at work 4 or 5 hours. Like, how often or how have you ever had a job that you didn't mind going to?
Yeah,
that's a question. Yeah,
that's a question.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that any job. I mean, most of the time for me, it's not the job duties itself; it's the environment that can be a lot. Like for what I do now, at the school, I really like what I do. But then you have other entities coming in, and here they come with this junk. Like even with these set of coworkers I have, I'm cool. I've had some before, child. But I can say, and I've heard a lot of people say, it's not what I do, is who I do it with. And so if you think about it, I think one of the comments says it creates an imbalance among your teams. If you got a bunch of disgruntled coworkers and they burned out themselves, then misery loves company because they want to rub that off on you. I'll never forget when I was a young woman. I was young. I was a go-getter. I was like, yeah. I was a parole officer. And I had a coworker. That's how I got started. TDCJ, girl. Okay. All right. Mark Styles, hold it down in a second. But I was a parole officer, and I was the only, it was a few of us who looked like me in that particular department. And so I had a coworker who did not look like me, and he was lazy as shit. I ain't gonna lie. He was lazy. And he get away with being lazy and coming to work late. And, we had quotas of how many inmates we had to see to get our parole stuff together for them. And he would always blow it off. And so he would tell me, oh, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to blah, blah, blah. So I started doing what he was doing, and I got rolled up. I'm like, never again. And so being a young woman, I said, I ain't finna do this. So I started doing what I was supposed to do. I went above and beyond doing what I needed to do, and to the point where he started complaining, you're going to set a precedent. You don't look like me, sir. So I have to, and that's a whole nother stressor in itself. When you are one of few or the only one in your office area, and some of the other folks get to come in late, and they just whatever they doing, and nobody cares, and they might go in the car and drink or whatever they doing, but let you do it, it's gonna be hell to pay, And so I can just remember that he was burned out, and he didn't want me to do my job because it was gonna make him look bad. But nevertheless, that privilege allowed him to whatever, and I had something different coming my way.
Wow. I've had some jobs, that I didn't mind going to, and even the people that I worked with, my only gripe or complaint was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to get there. But yeah, so yeah.
That's
Good
what's
question.
up.
Okay.
You answer your question.
When I thought about it, I would only think of one job, and that was probably when I first started working in childcare. And I loved working with the kids. Shoot, that then I was even bringing kids home. I was keeping kids on the weekends and all that other stuff too. So that's probably the last time I can say that I've actually had a job that I really enjoyed and didn't mind going to.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other questions?
You mean you don't have a question?
I'm learning. This ain't my area, but it's definitely interesting. So.
But I have a question. What about any of y'all ever faced any macroaggression, any racial undertones that made your job difficult?
Absolutely.
Yes. There was a job I ended up. What happened was the job I was working with closed. The person that was taking over the job, the business automatically employed us. That environment was not Black friendly at all. There was always the little slick comments. It was the extras that was done. If I just cleaned up this kitchen, why the hell you come in here dumping all these dishes in here after I done cleaned up the kitchen? And then when I leave, it's why you ain't clean, you left dishes in the sink. No, I washed them damn dishes before I left. Whatever came in there after I clocked out is a whole different thing. But you need to make sure those are washed. How? Make it make sense. But y'all not correcting the people that did it or that left banana peels in the sink. Why is banana peels? It wasn't never the people that were doing the things. It was always a me problem. even
Mm.
though I didn't left for the day, kind of situation. So it was like little tidbits of that little picking. You know, you'll catch a little black joke on the cool, like, oh, well, you know, we gotta have fried chicken because we got people in here to eat fried chicken. That kind of little stuff. So needless to say, I only worked there for like 2 months because I was already at my wits end, so I didn't stay there very long at all.
Girl. And you know,
Because they
that's
was
the
finna
sad
see
the
that
sad
other
part
meat.
about that, people need their jobs, you know, and that's hard. And I don't know in this day, well, child, in this day and age, I don't even know. I think 30, 40 years ago, people had to deal with it. You would have those, and nobody would do nothing about it. Like folks needed their jobs, they had families to take care of, they had to endure that stuff. You know, there was a period of time where you could go complain, and that stuff was frowned upon, or people would leave. You go find you somewhere else to work. Y'all got to be doing all that. I'm gonna go work somewhere else. I think I don't know which generation this is, the alphas, the millennials. I don't know who it is, the Z, A, B, C, Z. I don't know. But they like, we don't give too many dams and not too many F words either. And we gonna go work. We gonna go work on the internet. We gonna go work and be social media content creators. And we ain't gotta take your job in your mess. You know, but I think in a lot of corporate spaces, that exists. And I don't know where they go or what they do to combat that. I think a lot of times they endure it because even though corporate jobs, some people are in some really high positions, they still need their jobs too, you know. And I think with that, combating burnout, combating that macroaggression, everything still is the same. Being able to set those boundaries, prioritizing yourself, self-care, delegating some things, not believing that you have to be the one to do it all. You know, the hustle culture, we get to work an hour earlier and leave an hour later to prove as people of color that we can work. Y'all go to hell. I'm tired of that. I'm tired. You know what? If I gotta be to work at 8, it's 8. I ain't coming at 7. I'm not, because for one, is it appreciated? This turned to a whole different thing. Is it truly appreciated? And for two, are you able to get your work done in the designated time you're supposed to be there?
If you ain't learned by now, then you ain't gonna learn. You absolutely right.
Uh-huh.
Baby.
Prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself.
So
And
the
take time for yourself.
craziest thing of what you brought up is the Gen Zs. So when I did research on what age or sex actually experiences the most work burnout, is women and the younger workers, especially Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
And employees in caregiving, healthcare, and education roles.
That part, I believe all of that. I believe that being in education, being in healthcare, any helping profession, you're dealing with people. You know, we dealing with people, their emotions, their burnout, their whatever they got going on, all that energy. And I believe in energy transferring. They transfer all that negative energy your way. And when they talk about protecting your peace and protecting your energy, you really got to do a lot of stuff so that mess don't jump on you. You know, and that comes with a lot of self-care. A lot of self-care, be prayed up, whatever it is that helps you be in peace and to continue with that peace, because it can be rough. It can be rough. I think a lot of jobs look at people as being expendable. Like, we'll just get another one. We'll just get somebody else. And then I'm like, you know, if you're being mistreated on a job, complain how you need to and try to get out of there. There's never, you know, I would never suggest do self-care so you can keep being mistreated. No. I mean, if you can, Jesus, try to get out of there. Go somewhere. Do something different. If you just are stuck there in the moment, than to help cope with that situation, but definitely try to work on a out plan, a plan to get out of that. And with that out.
Because I'll tell you in a minute, you can come do this yourself.
Okay.
You don't have me to do it, let me do it.
Yeah. And with that, start saving your coins. If you have enough, granted, the Lord been good to me, so I don't know how long it takes when you leave one job to get another. Most of the time when I've left a job, I had another job waiting. So I have not resigned from a job and have to job search. Usually I'd be like, I done had enough of these mofos. Let me go apply for this other place. I got a job. Let me give me 2 weeks notice, Jesus, and I'm gonna get up on out of here. So if I had to just quit, I don't know how long it takes to get another job, especially in this economy now, Lord. They might could call me the N-word at my job, and I'd be like, yes, sir. Let me stop. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad yet. But my suggestion would be start saving you some emergency money to be able to pay at least 3 months of your bills, your mortgage, or whatever, your rent. In the event, you know what? I didn't had enough. I'm about to go. And while you job hunt and search for a job, you'll be able to take care of yourself financially. Because a lot of times we stuck in hostile work environments because financially, what we gonna do? You can't try to get no government assistance. They telling you hell no right about now. And nobody wants to have to deal with that. But if you were in a situation where it was just too much and it was affecting your mental health, your physical health, and all this other stuff, and you've complained and done everything about you filed all your rights as a employer, employee, all your rights, and nobody's doing anything to help you, then yeah, by all means, and see if you can get the equal employer. Are they still open? Didn't they just ban them too, Joe? Well, back in the day, you could do that. I don't know what's happening today.
So we got a question.
Yeah.
It says, have y'all ever gotten an award or recognized for y'all's work and feel the pressure to do more work and go over and beyond?
Yep. I have.
What you got, D? What kind of award they gave you?
I mean, yep, I have.
You got a free pizza? Because work jobs like buying pizza.
You know how to take your picture, you get your picture on the wall of fame in the hallway and stuff like that. The wall of fame. Then you start thinking, how can I get my picture up here next time?
Yeah. Yeah. What more can you do to take it to the next level? Yeah. You're trying to outdo what you already did. Yeah.
Yep. So, get your picture up. They give you a little gift card. Yeah. What about y'all? Have y'all want to answer the question? No?
I had a time we used to have staff meetings at 7 a.m. and I'd be like, God damn it, why are we meeting so early? So I remember one staff meeting, I was dragging, and I was posting on social media, this don't make no damn sense for us to be in here. And so they was going over staff members of the month, and I got the staff member of the month. I was like, oh, I praise God.
Hey, you have to change the attitude.
That's great. Yeah. 7 a.m. I'll be in next month, same time. But I don't know. I mean, it kind of made me, sometimes we do, I be late a little bit. So I had to make certain I was on time, and I appreciated the accolades, people recognizing, the work I do. But it made me tighten up a little bit some of the stuff that, wasn't tight. Get off your cell phone in the hallway, Miss Lavins. Well, be on time. Don't complain about the meetings. Just be there.
Sure, you're right. Congratulations on Employee of the Month and on the 5-year award. That's pretty. A lot of young people, don't make that milestone. So congrats.
Very true.
Yeah, that's good.
Very with the truth. Very true.
Great accomplishment. Celebrate yourself.
Yeah, they be quick to be like, I'm out real quick. They'll walk
Mhm.
off a job real quick.
Will
Don't
walk off.
care.
They'll go
Come
do
in
makeup
late.
on Instagram.
Yeah. So all the
Man,
people that are just tuning in, we are talking about work burnout. Work burnout. The effects of it. It's some interesting things that we overlook that don't realize that it's because of work burnout. And yeah, it's definitely a great conversation. Yep.
definitely that.
Hmm.
Because like, of course, like as we have discussed, work burnout can affect the mental, and I think right now we see a lot of that with people taking leave of absence, and using a short-term disability or whatever, to take those mental breaks when they know that they close. Even now, I'm noticing as I'm job hunting, I'm seeing a lot of people now, jobs that offer the mental time off because they want you to be recharged and refreshed and those things. So they usually, for most of them that I see, don't have a cap on it.
That's
And I'm
good.
like,
Where can I apply? Because that sounds like a good thing right there. You know.
baby, them one of the ones I want right there.
Hmm.
Take
But
my
if you
mental days.
if you if you look at it, um, other countries like pay for like it's part of their thing. Like you have to have some paid time off. Like they pretty much promote having that time off because they understand, the physical and mental effects of any job. Um, I think if no one ever, I don't know how much people paid attention to it, but somebody should have been paying attention to it when we had COVID and
Woo!
people were afraid to take off if they were sick because jobs frowned on that with you taking off. But then folks was going to work with COVID and giving it to everybody to the point to that's one reason they shut down things. But it should have shown like, dang, people scared to take off. I done been, I remember I was at a restaurant and I could hear the workers talking, girl, I've been throwing up all night. I'm like, girl, no, wait a minute. I got to eat that food. The woman been throwing up. And it shouldn't be that kind of work environment where people
Oh,
feel like they have to go to work sick because they won't, for one, they won't get paid. There's no time off. There's nothing for them to be able to take care of themselves, so what you end up having, God forbid, is people going on them jobs and going off. And that is, if nothing else, no other reason why they should be able to allow folks to take that time off to be able to take care of themselves. People have kids, it's like I got sick days. The school just called my kids sick. I gotta go get them. We be parents, poor parents. We be trying to call them to come get their kids at 9 o'clock, and it'd be by noon, their lunch break before they can come get them children because the jobs won't let them off. And the children fell
yeah.
out and all kind of mess going on and all this. And I'm like, Lord. And that's really sad and it's really unfortunate. And like I said, our country is probably one of few that's as successful as we have been that do not promote paid time off or having those things. A lot of Europe, Spain, countries over there, Europe, they have that, and they also have free healthcare. So I mean, yeah, all of that stuff because they realize if I'm at my best, then I'm going to be very productive. I'm gonna give you the best of what you need, mental clarity. I got all this physical stuff, whatever I need to be doing if I'm at my best. If I'm tired and burned out and I'm wore out and I'm like, I don't even want to be here, you're not gonna get the best work out of me. I'm gonna put on for putting on, but I'm gonna be cutting corners like a big dog. So, you know, that's something they really need to consider. In those mental health days, I can appreciate that they tell us, y'all got a mental health day, which one it is, because I'm only seeing so many state days, so many sick days. Can we have a line of mental health days so I know how many hours of mental health time I have? Don't let me take my sick time for mental health or my personal time for mental health. If that's mental health, I need a mental health line. Can I accumulate some time? Can I work overtime and accumulate some mental health hours so I can be off? But what I have seen is people will apply for FMLA, and they have been granting FMLA for like mental anguish, anxiety, stress. You know, I've written I've written plenty of notes and filled out paperwork because people are needing that rest. And it hadn't been a fight. I was kind of like, "Ooh, I'm a therapist. Y'all gonna still?" They like, "Long as you sign it." I'm like, "Okay, okay."
One of the comments said, "Work burnout makes you want to switch careers, especially if it's more pay for less work somewhere else."
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I don't have to work as hard as I do, and they're gonna pay me more. Sure enough.
Yeah.
Bye, Sharon. I see y'all. God bless. I'd have to go.
Even though you've invested so much into it, you've invested into this career, into building it.
I have, and I'd honestly feel away. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Y'all gonna pay me 6 figures and stuff to do what? Just sit down. Oh shoot, geez, okay. What y'all benefits look like? Okay, I just sit down. Answer the phone, maybe. Okay, 6 figures. Shoot, bet. But it does, and you see, like I was a parole officer, and I didn't change careers because I was burnt out. What motivated me was the salary, because TDCJ, who was at the bottom of it, to say I was a parole officer, we wasn't making much. So I wanted a career change, because that's how I became a therapist, an educator, and therapist. With that career change, some things motivated me to make that switch. But excuse me, I have seen a lot of people because of burnout, either they leave corporate or industrial work and go work in education, or they're in education and they leave all of that and go work over there. So it just kind of, we tend to flip flop sometimes. We tend to do that. Some people, like the refineries in my area, is the big thing. And so I've worked with folks that I would have thought they would have retired in education, and they had enough, and the refineries was hiring, and them paychecks look real good, and they went on with it, So yeah. But I think in this life, in this world, you have to do what's best for you. I've seen some people leave a job and make less money that was less stressful, and they were happy. We get a lot of perks in education for being out for the holidays and stuff. And some people was like, I don't care. I need something different. I need a change because this is too much. This is whatever. And they seem to be happier in whatever changes they've made. So, like I said, if you're on a job, you're dissatisfied with it, it's hostile, you've had enough, start saving your money. If you put some stuff out there and have another job that you could leave and go to, great. But if you just like, I had enough of this, try to save your money and make a plan to be able to get out of there. But even in that, take care of yourself. Prioritize, set boundaries, and self-care is important.
Because stress will kill you.
Yes. Silent killer. We don't know what's wrong. People get ready for work and they don't make it there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it definitely seems like a lot of people right now, a lot of people seem to be having a lot of heart attacks right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's stress. Stress and anxiety are cousins to each other. And depression. Depression is the redheaded step sister. I don't know. And when your body is in a state of stress, it's moving. Your heart beating a little bit faster, your mind racing, because that fight or flight thing sets up, and your mind is thinking there's some danger. Let's gear up to run, or we finna fight. And when it's doing this all day, Even if you sitting perfectly still, it's doing this all day. When you get up and you stiff and you know you ain't been doing nothing, you wake up, you're hurting, this hurt, that hurt. That's a lot of stress on the body. It's a lot of physical stress that pretty much just beats up your body, your cardiovascular, your digestive system, all of those things are beat up. And if there's no pause and that's constantly going, and you can't even sleep at night either, so now you are thinking about all the stress you got. So you got a 24/7 active body and mind. Eventually it's going to give out in some kind of way. And that's why self-care is important. You don't have to go to the spas. You don't have to go the trips to whoever. Now, if you got it like that, go on and get it. Do what you need to do. You could be in your home. If you got some water and a bathtub, get in it. Okay, get you some warm water. Get you some Epsom salt. You can go to Walgreens and get you, I don't know how much it is. It's under $5. The one without all the scents in it. Now, if you want Dr. Teal's, you might have to pay a couple more coins, but you could get in that bathtub and soak. You can turn everything off. Tell the children to go watch Peppa Pig, whatever they doing. I don't know what they doing. You got to tell the children go and be somewhere for 30 minutes and be in that bathtub. Put on your music. You want to listen to gospel. You want to listen to Beyonce, whoever you got, and relax. Think
Light
about
a candle.
Beyonce. Light that candle. Yeah, even look at the candle. You can light the candle, look at the fire, and focus on that. You meditating. People think meditating, oh, I gotta sit with my leg crossed and you can own it if you want to, but you ain't got to. Meditate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that to meditate. What you're doing is you're not thinking about it. Took TK out. You're not thinking about the stressor. That's meditation. Not thinking about some other stressful thing. When you just put your mind on something else. And it could be the fire, looking at the flame, looking at the color. That's mindfulness. Staying in that moment, practicing mindfulness, looking at the fire. Feeling the warm water, smelling the essential oil or whatever it is that's happening. Maybe your candle scented, smelling it. Your brain and your body is going to pause for a minute because now all that stress and this going on is going to stop because the sensors in your body is focusing on something else. The water, that Epsom salt have magnesium in it, and that is relaxing. It's very relaxing to you. It helps your muscles to relax, so when it's doing this and they can stop doing that and relax, even if it's 30 minutes a day, that makes a big difference than 24/7 on 10. And then the slightest little thing happen, either gonna take you out or you're gonna cut somebody out, and it's be a whole different thing. So allowing yourself those moments, going for a walk, the weather getting decent, the time done changed and it's trying to get cool. Well, it was feeling good in Texas. Now here's supposed to be real cold next week. That's what my mama says. She watched the news all the time, the Weather Channel.
Yeah,
and so even with, I'm here for it. Please come on. If you go outside and even sit in that, just feel the breeze. Just sit. Allow yourself to just sit. You ain't even gotta do nothing. Just sit and ease your mind. Put on the music, listen to the lyrics, listen to whatever the song talking about. That helps you not think about whatever the stressor is. That makes a huge difference. And if you can prioritize yourself in some kind of way, even with the foods we eat. Yes, if I'm tired, I don't want to cook. I done discovered golden chick. That chicken is the devil. Them dang on wings is so good, Jesus. Okay, I ain't supposed to be eating that. Them wings are so good, baby. I try to not feel guilty. I get me the baked one and the fried one because I'm like, you know what?
Balance it out. Balance it out.
Ooh, okay. And we be wanting the ice cream and the cake and all that stuff too. That sugar ain't no good for you. It's just your body already doing this, it's gonna cause inflammation. You're gonna have arthritis. So try to eat healthier. Maybe you had an ice cream date because it was hell. Go and get you some broccoli the next day. Get you something healthy. doing those things for yourself. Drink more water. I found myself drinking coffee every day. I'm like, you know what? That's a damn shame. I ain't that bad on caffeine, but I was stressed. And so my coworker make a big thing of coffee. On coffee, I'm drinking hers and mine. It's like, you know what? That's too much. And so had to get back to my water, juicing. Maybe I ain't got time to eat all of the vegetables. I can juice them and drink them. Doing some healthy things for yourself is important. And trying to rest, setting the atmosphere at night. Don't bring no work home and do it in your bed. Do it at your kitchen table, do it in the living room, do it somewhere else. Keep your bedroom sacred for sleep and whatever else you might got going on in there. But make certain you're not working. Okay? Make certain that you're not working. Set the atmosphere for your room. I've learned, my partner kind of taught me to spray my bed at night with the pillow mist. I didn't do it all the time, but now I do that all the time before I go to bed. It's fresh, and everything. I have if I could put my blanket in the dryer to get it warm. I'm creating this sleep hygiene, this atmosphere to where my room is a relaxing room. Black people, we like our box fan. That white noise is good to help you sleep. Put your fan on, make it cool, whatever you got to do. Be intentional with doing these things for self. And that is self-care. People think, oh, I got to go to the spa. I got to take a trip to the whatever. If you got it like that, sure. But there are simple things that you can do that don't cost nothing, and you can do it right in your home. If you want to go to the spa, set that up, do that. But in between the next spa visit, you could be in your house in your tub or in the shower, whatever works for you.
Watching that candle with that box fan.
There you go. Turn that fan against the wall so it don't blow the candle out. Okay? That's it. Listen to your music. Put on Al Green. That's the kind of stuff. You put some Al Green on. Listen to that.
Okay. Al Green it is.
Yeah, that's
Love.
Go on, brother.
Love and happiness.
Okay.
all right. 6 heartbeat.
That's what I'm talking about. Something motivational. Something that's gonna be good and relaxing too.
That's some really good advice. I like that.
Yeah, definitely that.
I'm about to go take me an Epsom salt bath after this.
Man,
Okay.
why was I thinking the same thing? I was like, I done took my shower for the night already, but I'm thinking about going on in there and going and just make me a nice hot double bath with my stuff and turn my stuff on. And
I'm in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Cold.
Okay, and just relax. Put on the whole album. Put Erykah Badu. Which album was that? When she Next Lifetime. That was a man. That one right there. That album right there was it. Listen to the whole thing while you're in the tub. That's it.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. To each his own.
All right. Well, I hope y'all got some well-needed information, some great tools, some bedtime hygiene ideas, all that little stuff to help woosah when you clock out, because that's important. Now, I know if you going to Golden Chick, I know you getting some roses.
Baby, them rolls is the devil. I don't know which one is Satan worse, the chicken or them rolls. Them rolls are so good. And they got that dirty rice, Jesus. Aim all them carbs, Lord. Oh, forgive me, Jesus. All them carbs. But them rolls are so good. If I could get some rolls, I'll bring them for Thanksgiving dinner. Be like, look what I made these. I brought them.
You can't order them. You can order
I might. Baby, them rolls ain't playing with them.
Why are you even encouraging that? No, we're staying away from the rolls. So let me reel this back in.
She said for Thanksgiving. She said she's taking them for Thanksgiving. Now she gonna order them to be at home. She gonna take them to Thanksgiving like she
I'm
made
giving to my people.
Can I put a shameless plug right now, right? So not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I will be a guest speaker over with the awesome Miss Larneka Lavalais. If you are interested in tuning in, reach out to me, reach out to TK, or reach out to Larneka, and we will send you the link. It is going to be an awesome conversation. It's going to be a grief support panel. So if you're interested in tuning in, reach out to one of us and we'll get you that link. All right, go ahead. Now,
Awesome.
talk
Awesome.
about
And
the
if y'all
words again.
missed me when I did mine for last month, y'all missed it. 'Cause it was good.
TK, you was good. You were on fire for real. My
I couldn't
mother
get
was attending and she was like, she enjoyed it. She really did.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get off work. I was working election.
Hey, I understand.
And
I
we didn't get out of
understand.
there too late. But anyways, yeah.
We
So
looking forward
Yeah.
to it. We looking forward, and I
and
hope y'all could come back again.
she usually has these panels once a month. So stay tuned.
And they're free. They are
They
free
are
99.
free 99. Speaking of free 99, I don't know. We weren't able to put the QR code, but if you go to Larneka Lavalais LPCP LLC, I'll post it. I have a workbook to help you develop work-life balance if you're burnout. Some different things that you can do. Looking at areas in your life that you feel are unbalanced, and trying to figure out how you can put balance in it, focusing on one thing at a time. Because usually when we have burnout, other things in our lives is lagging somewhere. Because we're tired. We're tired, we're unmotivated. And it could be, I think the number one thing is our health. Because I don't feel like cooking. I'm not sleeping. I'm not resting. My immune system, we said all these different things and we don't prioritize that. So I think one of the first things we need to do is prioritize our health, which is accompanied with mental health and all that stuff right there. So free workbook, you can scan the QR code to be able to download it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. There you go.
Look,
So-
you just touched on a couple of other things, and I was like, "Ooh, that's been me lately. I ain't been wanting to cook." I'm telling you, I've been wanting. I come home and I want to go to sleep. I'm not playing. I'm coming home every day, napping, going to sleep for about 2-3 hours. I ain't
No,
cooking.
not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
Following Tuesday.
The
Yeah.
18th.
On the 18th,
Yeah,
November the 18th. We had to get it before the holiday week because everybody gonna be doing their thing, and so. But yeah, I think the remedy to cooking is, for me, Sundays. It's like that's usually my down day. I'm not seeing clients. I don't have anything going on, and that's my day to just chill, relax, spiritual stuff. I might watch me a sermon, might listen to something, read a book, and I'm meal prepping. So I try to cook me a little something. Maybe even freeze it, depending on what it is. Cause after work, I ain't trying. Lubies know me by name. Hey, you back, girl? You want that fish? Yeah.
I tried meal prepping one time. I ate everything but that meal prep.
I get bored, so I have to cook a little bit, and then maybe midweek cook again. Cause I can't eat the same thing all week. That ain't finna happen. If I didn't ate it once, I might eat it as a leftover, but
2 days out of me.
It's hard.
I'm done. 2 days.
Yeah.
It can be hard.
Yeah.
I ate everything but that meal prep. That just made it. I feel like it made it worse. It made me want. Anyways, this has been good. Great information. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Much needed.
per usual. Definitely.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and do your outro since you already talked.
I felt like I did it when I talked about the episode. I'll say this. Be mindful of what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. A lot of times we misinterpret certain things. Work burnout is real, as we understand. When we're able to pinpoint it, right, then we are able to do those things to get us out of that space. So be mindful, be aware, and let's get this healthy lifestyle, even in work. Let's get it going. That's it. See?
All right, Larneka.
I think that, what you're feeling is real, and prioritizing yourself is not a bad thing. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you're weak or anything like that, because you need to take time. You need to take time off. Prioritize yourself, set boundaries, do what you can do. You know, um, you only have yourself. And if you can't prioritize yourself, no one else will. Your job is not going to say, oh, we don't, they're going to, if something happened to you, they're going to be putting your announcement to replace you, probably the next day. So take care of yourself, prioritize yourself. Self-care is important. It's not just sleeping, but please do get you some rest. And if you need some help, you need some suggestions, I do offer some coaching to help with work-life balance. If you are in the great state of Texas, we do have therapy available. As Dee mentioned, we do have a trauma and grief support group. All of those things are stresses. If you burn out and you grieving, whoo, have mercy, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So come to the trauma and grief group. We got some other things we're going to be trying to get together in 2026. I'm excited about that. Holiday season coming up. Take time to rest and take care of yourselves.
Definitely.
And thank y'all for having me again. I always appreciate it.
Most definitely. We always thank you and love when you are here, man. You know it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. I hope everybody got some information from this. Because I know this holiday season is also when, if you're working in corporate or you're working at call centers, dealing with customer service, retail, it starts to get crazy. People shopping. We already know what Black Friday look like because we see the after effects when they get posted. So we know generally there's just some rude people when you're dealing with certain people that can take something this small and make it huge as I don't know what. Sometimes people don't comprehend very well. Like if somebody say, hey, I need you to, they go to, I'm going to say Target, and they need a watch battery replaced, and you tell them you don't do watch batteries, and they want to go off and cuss you out because you don't do watch batteries. This is not a jewelry store. So, it's people that you get in the stores that get like that. They can really just piss on your day, just being honest. But even in these spaces where that's also open enrollment for a lot of insurances and stuff like that, and the calls get crazy and they're back to back to back, you're not getting a breather. This is that rough little season that can really be hard for a lot of jobs. Make sure that you are taking care of you. Woosah, like the bubble bath, some music, something. If cooking sometimes is a stress reliever for some people, whatever that is that gets you, can bring you down, definitely do that. Because that's important. Like I said, it's been a lot of deaths I've known about lately, and sadly, all of them has been heart attack. I'm like, God, no. So, and stress is a silent killer. So definitely take care of you. Make sure your blood pressure and all that other wonderful stuff is good. Your vitamin D, get you some vitamin D if you haven't, because hey, this is that season. Season of depressive disorder is in the midst. Hey, if you gotta have a drink, have you a drink. Don't get drunk. Just have your drink.
Tell me what to do.
You know what? Well, I tell you.
Drink you a lot of water. If you drink it, drink you a lot of water. Hydrate. Stay home. Get off the road. If you traveling, get you a Lyft or Uber, and don't use that as your crutch. And just enjoy it. Don't crutch it. Don't cope with it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
Yeah. So there you go. So we hope that y'all be safe. Have a great week as coming up. We know November just started, but God, Thanksgiving gonna be here in no time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and the kids gonna be out for like that whole week. They're gonna eat up whatever, everything. So, yeah. Some people ain't getting food stamps. Some of us don't get food stamps. So,
I tell you what, go to those food pantries as soon as you can, and then get what you can if you need it, because it's gonna be a tough one. Get what you can, prioritize your food, your meals, do what you need to do.
Definitely that. Yeah, definitely that. Because food is, and the price is just itself is already crazy.
Oh
So,
God.
you know,
That part.
what we're paying for stuff is already bizarre. So, but yes, we will see y'all next week, prayerfully, if the good Lord says so. And until then, y'all have a safe weekend and a great week.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this. Don't talk about it.